friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Janna and I am here today with my third episode for 2026 of Saturday Morning Makes, and that is hosted by Jill Norwood here on YouTube. And I will put all the information about how to play along with that and a link to Jill's channel in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Excuse me, still recovering from that bug that my husband and I both had, so my voice gets a little weird. So I went to a Stampin' Up! Card making event yesterday. I've been to them several times and shown the cards that we make there. And so it's, we make 10 cards, 2 each of 5 different designs. So I've got that to show you, and then I have another Valentine that I just finished up that is so cute, and I will show that to you as well. So if you happen to catch my last live video that I did on Thursday, you can go back and watch it if you missed it and would like to see. I showed how to do the twisted ribbon excuse me, technique, which is coming back here lately, popular, but it's a technique that's been around for quite some time. And so yeah, all of these cards here in this pile are made with Stampin' Up! Products, and I think most of these products I don't have. So if you have any questions though about anything that I'm showing you, please just leave me a comment and I will get the answer for you, okay? So we made 2 of this card doing that twisted ribbon technique, which is a lot of fun, I think. And this is a really pretty floral stamp set. It is a 2-step stamp set, meaning you stamp the outline stamp and then you have the solid stamps to fill in the colors, so you don't even have to think about the coloring. Excuse me, the stamps do it all for you. There is a pretty textured embossed paper back here. I believe that was the subtle texture, if I remember right, embossing folder. I love that embossing folder. And then I didn't glue my inside pieces down because I kind of like to leave them loose so that I can put them in my MISTI to stamp the greeting in there. But I did stamp a flower on the inside there and then also on the envelope. And so there are 2 cards the same of that design. I guess I should just take them out of the plastic. And then this card, these cards were from a paper pumpkin kit. So the envelope already comes with a pretty stamp design on it. And then we've got an oval piece of vellum there and this die cut oval. Then the sentiment is stamped onto another piece of white oval on top of the one with the leaves, and then more ephemera type pieces here. And the card base is already has that design on it when you get it in the kit. And then there's some pretty sequins on there. So that was that one. And then this was from the same kit. So that's very pretty with that same sort of trim. And there is a piece of vellum right behind the leaves on here. And so that's what that one looks like. And then we have this one with this pretty kind of watercolored looking paper with gold accents. And then a pretty piece of trim here that was die cut out of gold foil paper. Very simple but elegant and pretty. Let me see what we did inside here. No, nothing inside there. And then here is the same sort of thing done with this pretty pink. I think that looks like bubble bath, and then silver. And just, you know, put another piece of that trim on the diagonal, pop up the greeting, and you've got a very pretty card. So there was that. And then we've got these two that are so cute, using the new little bug set that Stampin' Up! Has. And I made both of mine into thank you cards, and I have to say, I don't have any of this either, but the paper, the back sides of the paper are, I guess you would call that the back side, are wonderful. One of them had quilting, a quilt print on it. There's gingham on the back side. I think I'm going to have to get that paper for sure. We colored with pencils. And there's some new little embellishments that include a ladybug, and then there's little water droplets. I don't know if you can see it because it's clear, but there's little water droplets. And okay, yeah, just stamp the little flower inside there and on the envelope. And then here's this one. So different paper on the background. There's, maybe you can see that little water droplet better, and another little ladybug, and then the same little ants. So cute. And then the last one, I do have this set, and I'll grab it here in a second. So we did a jar of hearts card for Valentine's Day, or just to tell someone that you love them. And I thought it was so cute, and it's using the arch dies. And that's a new embossing folder, if you can see it there. And the new Valentine paper. And inside and on the envelope. So two of those. And let me get the stamp set and I'll show it to you. So it's the sweet jar, and it's also a two-step stamp set, and it comes with, or well, it doesn't come with, but there is a jar punch to punch out the jar and the lid, and there's actually a companion set with that, which is Jar of Joy. So there is that. So you stamp this, as you can see, we stamped that back there. I believe that was Flirty Flamingo. And then we stamped with, I believe, Poppy Parade, the hearts, and all the other stamping, I believe, was Poppy Parade. So yeah, Flirty Flamingo with this stamp, and then right over the top you can line it up and stamp with the darker color. So a very fun stamp set there. So that was all of the cards. Oh, I was going to show you the paper too. So it is 12 by 12 paper, all really fun Valentine's designs, and it is called Made with Love Designer Series paper. So they actually have just the plain pack of the pattern paper, or you can get a different one that has the same papers, but it also has some die cuts with it. So your choice there. All right, so let me show you the little Valentine that I've just finished up, and I put some stickles on it, so I have to be really careful because it's still wet. I'm going to bring the products over too so I can show you what I used as we go here. So this is the little card that I made, and I think it just turned out so sweet. And that's how I finished the inside. I didn't stamp anything in it yet. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now I will show you what I used. These products are all from my creative time. So the base of the card is made with this die here called Cute Card dies. And then you've got lots of layering options to go along with that card. If you're curious about the size of this card, let me measure it for you real quick. It is not quite 3.5, just, well, or a quarter, I mean, so 3.25. Does it say on the package? No. Be careful where I grab here because I don't want to stick my finger in the stickles. And it is 5.5, so 3.25 by 5.5. So that makes it the same size, the same height that we normally do, but just smaller in width. Okay, so then the next layer there, this is from Emma's latest release. These are called Cute Card Stitched Heart Layer Dies. So these go right along with that cute card size, but you can use these with anything. You wouldn't have to use these just with the cute card base. So there was that. My little layered heart there is using these dies, the large prim heart dies and the pretty scalloped large prim heart dies. So these you can use alone, or you can put them behind these dies to get that little scalloped edge. All of the ephemera is from this, also the latest release, and this is called Bear Valentine Ephemera, and you get a whole lot in the package. So Bear Valentine Ephemera, and then the papers, with the exception of the base, I used the vanilla cardstock from Stampin' Up, and this piece in here was a retired color. Oh, that's not it. My goodness. It is Blushing Bride, but that color matches pretty much perfectly with the pinks in the paper that is in that ephemera. So this is the new paper pad, also called Whispered Love 2026, and it's absolutely beautiful. So these are all the designs. It is a double-sided paper, and you get 24 sheets for each of 6 designs. So it's, you know, these 6 designs and backed with these 6 designs. So just really, really gorgeous paper. I love the color scheme in that. I'll hold it up one more time. This paper has, you know, writing on it, which I love. I did edge my card and everything I used with Vintage Photo Distress ink. I use Stardust Stickles where I glittered things up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I used that I'm not telling you about. I think that's it. So, a whole pile of cards to share with you for this episode of Saturday Morning Makes. I hope you have had a great weekend. It's not quite over yet. I've got the Grammys on. I turned the volume off down back in the background here. But I've got that on, and I've got a chicken baking and some potatoes baking in the oven for dinner. So that is what's going on at my house. Yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll just see you in my next video. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.